Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Geelong versus Western Bulldogs game, in which my Geelong players in Stewart's, and also who was it, Manor didn't actually go on field, which would have been a smarter move, taking like 10 points or whatever, but because of the early games for West Coast and also St Kilda and also Essendon, it meant that I couldn't take these guys. So yeah, it sucked. And also Treloar going absolutely large over Dunkley cost me like 80 odd points. Imagine if I had taken in Treloar and also then captained him against Geelong. I would have been literally 60 points plus another 80. I would have been 140 points better. And I would have been looking at this like, yep, job done. I've done that. I've done everything. Like, I've looked at it. I probably would have even in the end still captained like English, which for a 116 would have been better. It would have been, 35 points less. But that would have still been a 24-20, 24-30, and I still would have, really ended up really well. But you'll see my score in the end, it wasn't good. But anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. So, as you can see here, Tom Stewart 125, this was a great trade-in. And I was really happy about him going absolutely large. This was one of the best trade-ins of the week. I just saw it now with his new role. It's just outstanding. He gets the marks. He gets the tackles right in the center of the ground. And then he's like, I'm becoming a defender now. Let's have those marks, please. And even in the soggiest of games, he still ended up with 26 touches, including 22 kicks, 8 marks, 5 tackles. And he also chipped in a goal because I don't know who it was. Was it Treloar maybe also stepped over the mark or something dumb? He didn't get the ball back quick enough when he might have got a holding the ball decision in the middle of the ground. Let's actually see, where did the goal happen? Free kick 4 here. So he had a free kick 4 for some reason, maybe a holding or something like that in the center of the ground. I think it may have been a centre bounce. And then he's gotten that, and then he's not gotten the ball back quick enough, or something rather, not got to him properly, and then he's gone down the other and he kicked a goal because of it. So I was like, yep, let's go. Let me actually try and figure out who was it that gave away the free kick. Aid Richards, maybe? Who gave away the free kick? Bontempelli, maybe? No, you didn't give away the free kick. Luke Bertore gave away the free kick, as you can see here, 4:35. And it might have been him that gave away the 50. I don't know exactly who gave away the 50. But yeah, Tom De Koning absolutely had a field day. And I was just like, yep, this is great. De Koning 103, he's going to be an interesting one next year. I was looking at it just before doing this video and going and recording this, and I thought he might be teetering on the edge of getting 35% ruck time now with it, given that he's rucked. He rucked against his brother. He rucked slightly here, I think. He rucked here and he rucked here. 4 games, and he's played how many in general? Let me actually just double check that. I don't want to go on there again in the recording, but I'm pretty sure, let me just double check how many games he's played. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up around that, let me just check, De Koning, 1 second, where is he? Average, he's going to be like in the 60s. Let me just go to match center, that's probably going to be the quickest way to get there. He's now played, where is it here? 17 games. So he's played 17 and he's played 4 as a ruck. If he plays the remaining 5, I would think he'd classify as a ruckman, because that's 9 out of 23, 9 out of 22, and 9 out of 22 is 40%, 41%. So it will be interesting. I think he's going to teeter on the edge of being a ruckman. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and if he does qualify as a ruckman, because if he does qualify as a ruckman at, say, maybe a 70 average, and they don't actually upgrade, they don't actually go with Conway next year, they go with a De Koning or something like that, that will definitely be an interesting one to look at, because he definitely does have the attributes of being able to go large. I mean, we've seen his brother, who is obviously a better ruckman, I would say. But we've seen his development, and I think that he could follow the same similar path, just a little bit more delayed. So I think he could be an interesting option if he is priced around that, say, 5 games. He's already gotten 17 games under his belt, as I said, 978. Say he averages 80 from here on out. That's 978 plus 400. Divide that by 22 games he'll be at, and that's a 62 average. And he's currently averaging 55 or 60 or so. He's averaging 57. So a 62 ruckman. Would you take the chance? Maybe take the chance in the back line as well. We'll see. So that definitely throws up some opportunities. So yeah, that'll definitely be an interesting one. Duncan with this headband on, or is injured. He got injured so early and was with a wrapped around his head bandage. So that was funny to watch, alongside all of the guys that wear headbands as well from Geelong. So that was he almost fit in. Manor 84. He just got himself involved. 8 tackles. He's a tackling beast. No goals this week. But yeah, 84, decent cash gen, and he's looking like a good F6, F7 split. Holmes, 83, glad that they didn't go him over Stewart. That was definitely a debate that I had, as he ended up burning 40 points to Stewart. But yeah, really glad that they didn't go him. Dangerfield, Blickard, Guthrie, we can basically just skip through the remaining. Myers, 52, he's really struggled since people were saying, oh yeah, bring him in, do this, do that. He's really struggled, so it's been a surprise there. The forward line is just absolute chaos at the moment, with no Philippou at the moment, so Philippou will be an interesting one when he comes back in for 2 to 3 weeks. You also got potentially Jackson out. You've got Caldwell is not out necessarily because he passed the HIA, but he has rib complaints, I'm led to believe. But we'll find out on Tuesday what to go with that is. So the forward line for the rest of the year is just scuffed. And then next year we'll see how it is. But there is a chance that we get potentially Mills, potentially Parker, potentially we'll get Bazza Smith back. We may get Jack McRae at a new club. We may get Caleb Daniel at a new club. Philippou's still going to be a forward. We're going to lose Flanders and Zorko. We're going to lose Caldwell. Who else are we going to lose? We're going to lose Heaney as well. We're going to lose the whole big punch of forwards because that's what they are. And Dylan Moore almost becomes F1 again because, F1 out of the forwards for price-wise. So it's going to be interesting again. Graham Myers will probably be up there again unless Geelong start falling off, which he may not get the ball as much. But yeah, he's just a good player and on his day can light up with 100 scores but doesn't regularly do that. And is a case that he can drop stinkers. And then that's pretty much it. I do like the look of Closey. I know that he's is he the 26-year-old guy that they have? I believe he is. Or is that the likes of Hardy that they have? Let's see, how old is Ted Closey? How old is he? He is, let's just check this. Ted Closey, born 2004. I was just completely off. So it is actually, it is the likes of Ted Closey, Geelong. Let me just check. I just want to double check that, right? Ted Closey here, 19. So yeah, no, it is Mitch Hardy that I believe is the 25 or 26-year-old at Geelong that's been really doing well in the VFL. But Closey also doing really well in the VFL is 19. So I'm really intrigued to see how this one goes because I don't know exactly where he necessarily played. Let me actually just double check this as he played as a forward or not. Let's actually just double check this because he could be an interesting one next year given his form. Manor could be an interesting one next year given how he's gone. And we're looking at Ted. Let's just see, because I know heat map isn't everything, but 5% CBAs, mostly played as a forward, I believe. So that'll be interesting. You can't tell much there given that heat map 5 disposals, but mostly I think played as a forward. So yeah, will be interesting to see how he goes or whatnot. But yeah, so if we go back to here, then that's pretty much everything. Ollie Dempsey had a stinker, which just sums up the forward line in general. Treloar, absolutely outstanding. 18, 51, 46, 34. If you told me at quarter time, he's at 18, he's going to score a further 131 points, I would be kidding myself. He scored 97 in the subsequent half after that 18. And then he scored 34 in the last quarter as well. He was just outstanding. 3 goals, 31 touches, 8 tackles, 6 marks. So yeah, just outstanding. Ed Richards, 131, was almost a sidekick in the game. 34, 32, and 29, 36. If you told me at quarter time that Ed Richards would score less than Treloar by 18 after scoring a 131, I'd be like, okay, he's 16 ahead, and he's going to score 34 less in the subsequent quarters after scoring himself, still scoring 97. It just shows how crazy Treloar's second, third, and fourth quarter were that he just went off. And I don't know whether it might have been the fact that he actually had scores gifted to him that it had happened in the first quarter that didn't actually happen. Sorry, let me actually just double check this, because I think he had more than 18 at quarter time. I'm just thinking that they counted them towards the second quarter. So let me just double check that. He ended up with, where is it here? No, he did end up with 18 in the first quarter. He just had a lot in the second. 51 in the second, yeah, as it says there, 46 in the third, and then he had 34 in the last. But yeah, just outstanding effort from him in general. Roy Lobb up there, 99, not fancy relevant. Bont with 26 in the second, but they were all like a lot of just singular acts there. He ended up with 27, 2 and 5 and 2 behinds, and still ended up with a 95. Would have been funny if he kicked one go one and ended up with 100 for the third straight week. Libber, Darcy, Ugelhagen, Dale with a low score, so just shows how volatile this is. Waitman, Poulter, Fraser, 71, so just when people thought he was done, he's just decided to pop in again, get his captain going again, but not really fancy relevant. Bramble, Sanders subbed out. He's going to be an interesting case next year if they clear out that midfield. Because if he is the fourth midfielder because of Treloar, Richards, Bont, and then also the likes of Libber, so he'll be the fifth midfielder there technically. If they get rid of like McRae, Daniel isn't there, and other guys aren't there, and then they have one injury, he's going to rock it up. So I'd like to see his development in the next couple of years, as he is a tackle-heavy guy at the moment, but I'd like to just see him get those 27, 28 touch games that he really does get, and we've seen in the Carnival before. As him, McKercher, and also Cleary, who's another one that I think people are sleeping on for his development. They're going to be interesting next year, how their second year goes. Drea, McNeil, Calmers, Williams, Norton, no one else here really fancy relevant. McRae just getting down that average but getting games in is really good to see as well, just because he's not fancy relevant this year, but we've already seen, if I just go down here to McRae, he has played in total, he's got a 69 average this year for fantasy, and I don't know how many games he's necessarily played. Stats, 24. He's played 16 games for, what did I say, a 70 average. So he'll be interesting next year. 70 average, that will price him right around that 630k mark or so. 69.9 times 9,030. 69.9 times 9,030. Puts him 631k at the moment. And if he gets another couple of sub games, say he plays the 5 games, but subs 4 of them, maybe makes 200 points or so, then it'll be 69.9 times 16. So 1118 plus 200, divide that by 21, and he'll be priced at 62. So 62 times the magic number that we had would price him at 560k. That's going to be an interesting one next year. If he, say, moves clubs or something like that, even to one of the, like a Richmond or something like that, or I don't know where he'd move to. But if he moves clubs or something like that, that could be interesting at 62 average. So anyway, that pretty much is the video there going through Geelong versus Western Bulldogs. And I will see you guys in the next videos tomorrow, which will be the recaps of the last Saturday game, I think, who was it, the Port Richmond game, and then you've also got the Sunday games in which Sydney went down to Brisbane, and then you'll also have who else played that game. I forgot who played the 320, the Fremantle Melbourne game, and then you'll have the Carlton North Melbourne game on the Wednesday alongside my fancy round review. So I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye guys.